breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to appear. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, and if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Well, there'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells you, friend, Mike, he's your man. And he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide.
All right, good morning, everybody. We're live. Happy Sunday. Not happy Sunday. We have hurricane brewing to talk about. And yeah, I see everybody chiming in. We'll slow down the music. That's Andy Simmons, our buddy, with our tune from last year. And let me pull up the comments. I got the puppies on my lap. Yeah, so there we go. We got Kelly, Wendy, William, what's cooking, Whitney, center of the cone. Hey, Andy, good morning. Katie Haley, what's up? Panhandle, Linda, what's up? Gulf Shores, how about that? Oh, we got somebody from Bermuda, Jane. Yeah, we can't forget about you. So we got two systems impacting land in the next couple days. And it's raining in Tampa, Sandy, yes. Hey, from HHI, Hilton Head Island, what's up? Katie, what's up? Shelly, yep, Shelly's in there. So we got a lot to talk about. Right, Louie? Can't get a break from the tropics, can we? We just can't have fun lives and talk about barbecue and beer. We're still in hurricane hangover from Laura, I'm telling you. I get the sense online. People aren't talking about this one that much yet. So we'll say hi to puppies. This is our romper room session. We'll go right into it. Sally, cruising on the west coast of Florida right now, expected to be a 100-mile-an-hour hurricane now. So it's definitely, we shared the H-Wharf and H-Mon yesterday, and they indeed, again, win the prediction. That's right, Stephanie. We can't have fun things. So what do you think, Louie? What do you think, Louie? What do you think? What do you think, Hunter? We're going to talk about the tropics now? They say we look the same. All right. Well, we'll get serious. All right, Hunter. Say goodbye, Hunter. Say goodbye. Go see Mommy. All right, yes, Gina. We still have people without power in Louisiana. It's hard to imagine we're going to have a hurricane brewing down a little bit to the east to where Hurricane Laura went just a few seems like a few days ago. Craziness, right? So, hey, what's up, Timothy? Bob, yes, rains are inching along the west coast of Florida. Starting to drizzle here in Oldsmar. Got some big rain rolling up the west coast of Florida. Hey, Amanda, I did enjoy the ball games. Got lucky. Got to get 3 games in. Met a fan, by the way. Bill, you forgot Cherry Picker. What's up? So, yeah, we have we have New Orleans watching very, 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 very close. So first and foremost, we like to thank ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. They support your drunk donkey. I have not got to be a drunk donkey in a while because I knew we had tropics to track. So soon, I promise ABC, I'll be visiting you. I still have not opened last week's. See, I keep showing it. I bought this a week ago Friday. I'm waiting. So big thanks to ABC Fine Wine, Sean and all the crew for what you guys do for me. So, all right, let me turn off my phone here. So we have Sally, and it indeed has the potential to be a Category 2 now, 100 mile an hour. They upped the surge maps, so that's becoming a little bit of concern for sure, because we all know too well the history of the levees and what we don't want to see. So we're going to show you all the possibilities for sure. There were a lot of videos yesterday floating around from the Keys. Before I forget, this is posted on the Island Dogs. But 22 inches in spots down the Keys. Big story for them yesterday. Lots of rain down the Keys. And they broke a record that was set by none other than Katrina. So deja vu for the Keys. What's up, Bobby? Josh, there you go, man. Send us pics, man. So let's hope we're not dealing with another Katrina. Katrina was a 5 that weakened down to a 3 before it made landfall. But we don't want to see that. So, all right, so let's show you all the latest and greatest. So let's talk about Paulette real quick. Paulette, and then we'll go all Sally, I promise. So unfortunately for Paulette, we have fans that have already chimed in from Bermuda. But the tracks are taking it smack dab down the middle, unfortunately. And the latest high-resolution models have it going just a tick. A couple of them straight over Bermuda, a couple of them a tick now. We've been doing this little windshield wiper effect. Center could pass, hopefully, just to the east, but it's going to be really close. And that's going to be later tonight, 3-4 in the morning, landfall. 2 a.m. expected to be right here, 90 miles an hour, strengthening. So that's tonight. So we got a lot of fans in Bermuda, so we're thinking of you. Apparently you guys are hurricane rebels, man. You guys build strong infrastructure over there, and you can handle it, from what I hear. So let's hope that's the case. But that's happening tonight. All right, so back to Sally. Sally has got the hurricane hunters flying around right now. They're out there doing their gig, man. They're rocking, putting in a lot of hours. We're already on the 20th storm. Tropical depression 20. Formed in the Atlantic. So I guess I should share this funny story. Every storm, I have an injury, and lo and behold, now it's not the thumb, it's my index finger, and I got that little piece of like nerve that comes off the side of the nail, and if you hit it, man, it's like I must be the biggest wuss on the planet.
Yes.
Julie says yes. Man, I can't cut it. I got to figure out a way to cut that little piece off. So every storm I've had an injury, and I think I got I don't even know where I got that one. So, but I got this link. This is on Tropical Tidbits. They're flying around all day today. Pressure at least is hanging. That's a good thing for now. The official forecast, though, here's a radar too. By the way, it's a great radar site from Southwest Florida Water Management, or South Florida Water Management. There's our rain. So we did have spiraling rains through the night. We had a few tornado warnings popping up, but there we go. It's all the way to Jacksonville. All this stuff's going to be coming in throughout the day. The heavy stuff is skirting along the west coast of Florida right now. So Tampa, you're just starting to get it. Tons of rain on the west coast of Florida, spiraling up. That's live look. The high pressure is to the north right now, so there's a real strong high pressure system. And eventually this thing is going to have to slow down and turn because of the high pressure system. So that's happening. That's a fact. High pressure is there, and it's going to turn. And what that gives it is about a day and a half, 2 days here over water that we don't want to see. So we can see that high pressure system to the north. The Storm Prediction Center has a good imagery of it. There you go. I posted that earlier. But there's your isobarge, and your high pressure system is right here. So that's why our system's going to stop and turn, and it's going to have very weak steering currents for a couple days. So we could have this thing actually stall and be a huge rain event. So not only is it going to be 100-mile-an-hour winds and surge, we're going to have inland rain threats. 15, 20 inches of rain possible in many spots. And I don't, we're going to show trajectory. Katrina came in straight. This one is going to come in at an angle. And, we have tropical storm warnings up way into Florida. We have hurricane warnings into Mississippi because of the east side of the system. East side of the system will be spiraling up a lot of action. Here's your latest surge, 7 to 11 feet in the New Orleans area. So that's, it's increasing. As intensity increases, surge increases. And we have surge all the way to Chassahowa, Tutska. We've never even heard of that place. And that's close to me. Where the hell is that? Chassahowitzka. Chassahowitzka. It's on the map. I'm not making it up. It's right here. Chassahowitzka. And I live right here, so how do I not know where Chassahowitzka is? Beyond me, but all right. So that's something to seriously keep an eye on, as our intensity is now predicted to be 100 miles an hour. So again, NHC updates this every 6 hours, 5 o'clock and 11 o'clock hours. So we'll have a new one here in about an hour. Hurricane warning stretching into Mississippi. Hurricane watch all the way to the tip of Florida into Alabama. Hurricane watch. Hurricane warnings extend for much of the panhandle, or tropical storm warnings, that is. Blue is tropical storm warnings. And the slowdown. So this is a big deal here, because we could start experiencing hurricane force winds for 24 hours here into Louisiana, and that's because of the slowdown. Let me show you here. And I'll show you a couple high resolution models that are showing strengthening. So this would be 2 p.m. Monday, and this is 2 p.m. on Tuesday. So very little motion here for one day, and we could see strengthening. This is storm surge warnings and watches also, but this is the area we're going to watch, is because it's just going to sit there, possibly strengthen. I posted this earlier, but it's got an extremely, this isn't fresh, this wasn't what I even posted this morning. This is current shear, and this is called an anticyclone setup, and it's very low shear environment. Very low shear, not good. So this thing, the best news of the day is that the pressures are hanging on steady. It's not developing yet, and it's not vertically stacked. The 500 millibar is southeast of the lower spin, so it's not perfectly stacked yet. Thus, the reason it looks like a big blob. This is on Weather Nerds. Doesn't have that classic look yet, so that's good news. Bad news is the shear environment is going to be almost perfect for intensification. And here's the latest blow up right where center is estimated to be. In fact, let's verify that. Yes. So this is your center right here, right off the Tampa coast. Look at that. Not far from Tampa, like right where I'm at. And we don't even have hardly anything, but there's the center. And we're getting fresh blow up. So that's something we got to watch so close to see. The faster this thing starts deepening those pressures, is then we got to start worrying that it is going to intensify. So low shear environment, water temperatures luckily have a little bit of coolness to them, but there is some heat potential to the north. So not a huge factor. We're just not seeing that explosive heat content that would really allow it to blow up. So that's a little bit of good news. Is the ocean heat content is not what it could be, and that's because of Laura. Laura and Marco brought in some cooler water from down below. And I apologize, I don't read the comments. I only get 4 at a time, and I'm trying to go all weather, you know. So not being rude. Well, I am being rude. If you know, Mom always said, if somebody's talking to you, you always respond back. But anyway, Rachel, yeah, there are a couple models predicting. The NAM model is it's very scary. They say don't use the NAM model, but low shear environment. This is one of the deals we got to watch in real time. I mean, we're seeing, this try to develop. It's not the best looking system as far as satellite appearance goes, but it's only 50-mile-an-hour hurricane or tropical storm right now too. So here's your 850 millibar. This is your lower level winds. This is stuff the hurricane hunters are looking at. So you got to realize too. This thing is only 50 miles an hour right now. So it's still got a ways to go, but it's 100 mile an hour. NHC always starts out conservative, always. That's why I shared the HMON and HWRF yesterday as soon as they started coming out, because they've done amazing this year with intensity, and they showed possible more than Cat 1. And I'm always quick to not, make that sound like an official forecast. That's why yesterday I was stressing, hopefully, hey, the NHC is saying 85, but hey, we also got models saying Cat 1. And now the NHC is at 100 mile an hour possibility right here, 48 hours, two days from now. So that's increasing hurricane, 100 miles an hour. And, so I highly recommend reading these discussions, by the way. They put them out every 6 hours, but they tell you things kind of looking forward, like unfortunately confidence is increasing, the slow speed will increase surge and rainfall. I mean, they're kind of warning you what's ahead, life-threatening storm surge. Inland flooding is huge parts of tropical systems. There's 2 stories to hurricanes. How big is it? Well, right now it's not very big at all. Actually, yes, some of the models are pushing north. The NHC is sticking pretty tight. Here's tropical tidbits. These are the latest 12Z models. These just came out, tropicaltidbits.com. So we got a few outliers, yes. But the general motion, high pressure, will be strong. And we have to watch. So, the thing you got to, obviously worry about, the east side of the storm is what's going to be pushing the water. So any trajectory will change, obviously, huge effects. I mean, here, we get a landfall here. Obviously, the surge is a lot less here, but more here. So these are question marks. The surge maps can't tell you everything because it all depends on that exact track this far out. But we do have surge warnings up. The Sierra map is up. We could take a look at that. the Sierra coastal surge map. It's going to start really showing possibilities here. And, we're getting backtracking to Mississippi showing up. And all this area, 11 foot could be a big story maker. I Googled, what did I Google? How did I Google that? Let's see. Oh yeah, I Googled how high a surge can New Orleans take. I just Googled it because I wanted to know. And it's, this is history. PBS.org, but that, when I Google that, how high a surge can New Orleans take? Well, that's not official. But then you click on the link from PBS.org, and it's the history of Katrina, and they had higher surge. So these are things they're watching close, obviously. So here's 15. It says the failure of the levee walls at New Orleans was designed to protect the city from a surge of at least 11.2 feet. The walls failed with a maximum surge of 10.5 foot. So I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about possibilities of that. So we need to be watching that exact track. And of course, surge depends a lot on strength of the system, and so we don't want to see a strengthening system, because then that means surge would even increase more. Right now, at least, it's not the most impressive structured storm. But here's your winds, by the way. Let's show you kind of what that looks like. So we have the center winds, and then we go to 500 millibar. They are displaced a little bit, so we're not seeing completely stacked yet. It's a little oblongated, but they'll catch up. All right, so there's that. Cooler water, low shear. Anyway, so let me see what you guys are saying. Like I said, I try to read comments. Take a break. What was I on it, Deborah? I missed it. I try to keep it slow. Austin, excellent point. Hola, Cindy, thank you. Yeah, so high tide, low tide, big swings, 2-3 foot, and slower moving system has a better chance of meeting maximum surge because of the tide swings, because the system's not going to be moving much. So that's a big question mark, is the timing of the high tide. Slower moving system, it's going to have a better chance to reach those maximum values. So there's that. The Atlantic is crazy. When we were watching Michael develop, the overall look of Michael was already becoming had spin from an atmospheric look. Here, go back to weather nerds. So the only thing I keep noticing is that this one is taking longer to develop. So hopefully, it doesn't blow up fast. When we were watching Michael develop, you could see really broad spin down off the Yucatan. This one's just kind of doesn't really have that spin yet, but we're getting a lot of outflow. That means cooling cloud tops. It's trying to lower pressure, so let's just we just have to watch it in real time. It sucks. It sucks. Hey Drew, I just got my phone call from the who the hell calls Sunday at 9 in the morning? But we don't have the answer machine. It's bubbling, Stephanie. Yep, bubble. Rita Who the heck's Rita? We got so many hurricanes. I can't even keep up. Some other maps. So I do have Tropical Depression 20. This is old Invest 95, by the way. Expected to be a strong hurricane. But this is the one that we were tracking that a lot of the models had to do in this. Luckily, there's a weakness from Renee, and our system's going to get pulled to the north. So that's, we're going to talk about that one. But that's good. So there's really nothing else on the horizon. The only other thing on the horizon, then we'll get back to Sally. It's all Sally, but we got the next wave, obviously, we're watching. So I do believe one of these is going to stick. Eventually the high pressure is going to survive, and maybe, hopefully not this guy. This guy's nothing. It's just a little droopy system pulling energy southward. Global Tropics Hazards map for next week shows another system, September 16th to the 22nd. So, they're saying we could see another system. But one storm at a time. So everybody can talk about worst case chances. Can it turn east? No. There's a high pressure to the north. I already showed that a bunch. There's just, biggest question is going to be how long it stalls and how far west it goes around the high pressure that we have right now. So, all right, so let's look at the high resolution model. So again, this is Levi's site we're going back to, but listen, we got a high pressure right here, okay? So it's almost impossible for this thing to turn northeast. So it's going to slow down. It's going to go around this high pressure system, and the big switch that always happens. It seems like the story of the year. It bumped more to the west overnight, and that's because the high pressure is stronger than they expected. So, all right, let's look at the high resolution models on the hurricanes. We'll see what the latest HWRF says. Luckily, it backed down a little bit. Look, I don't even know what storm we're on now. Sally. So, the only thing about this one is they data in, data out, right? It's the model run initialized at 1,003 millibar. So that's inaccurate. It's like 998 right now, 996. So it's getting inaccurate data fed into it. But here's what the latest HWRF shows. So strengthening, luckily a little weaker than it showed yesterday, 992. So that's good news. That would be Cat 1-ish. So that's, but track is on pace for the tip of Louisiana, and slow. It even strengthens it over land a little bit with all the water. This is Tuesday morning. Timing is pretty much locked in. It's going to start moving pretty quick. This is tomorrow morning. Seems like it's pretty consistent. But all right, so there's the latest HWRF, 990, 988. 988 hurricane on the old Saffir-Simpson scale would equate to, who's snoring over there? Julie? That's our dog, actually. You can hear Louis snoring. So,
I think it's Hunter.
Oh, Hunter? How's the little dog snore the loudest?
Well, maybe it is Louis. It's not me.
Hey, Mark, thank you for chiming in. I'm not trying to be a fear-mongerer on any sort of levee system, because that's stuff I don't have any clue on. Nobody does. I just Googled it, and, 11 foot. 11 foot is pretty high, so that's something we're going to be watching. But anyway, back to 980. So, 988 millibar system, right around category 1. That's if the latest HWRF is correct. The latest HMON, and that's the 6Z. Let's look at the 00Z. 00Z was stronger, 977, 968. So we're seeing a windshield wiper effect. Overnight HWRF 965. But look right there. That's not good. And still initialized at 1,002. So 960 could be borderline Cat 2. 96 to 110 mile an hour winds. So that's kind of what the NHC is going with right there. All right, so the latest HMON, another good model for hurricane prediction, for intensity at least. Let's show 981. So tick weaker. Still same track. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. And the OVS is overnight 00, 007 was a little stronger, a little more to the north. But so all the models are predicting, hurricane plus. Nothing more than a category 2 yet. That's good news. We're not seeing any crazy. Here's the latest GFS showing 997, so nothing too bad. But so that's good. So actually, the NHC is right there on the upper end of some of these models. But remember, let's go back to other images we have here. Let's go to the CMC. Kind of show you what some of the storms could look like. So as we get close to landfall, this is Monday night into Tuesday morning. Remember, east side of the systems are always the most strongest, and that means squall lines are going to be impacting all the way up into the Panhandle, Mississippi, Alabama. That's why we have tropical storm warnings that stretch well into the Panhandle. So don't get focused up on the center. The center coming at an angle like this, it's going to keep more of the strong stuff, hitting Mississippi, Alabama, into Florida. So this is going to be something, to think about too. Is a system going straight north? The effects are this, but system going like this, we're going to have more area getting the nasty stuff, and that's going to start tomorrow actually. So there's okay. Let's go back to this. So some of your rainfall maps starting to catch up. Remember we talked about this yesterday. They didn't show anything up here. Now they're showing 10 to 15 inches of rain in red. That's a foot plus rainfall expected. And again, I mean, we're talking about a track possibly here, but look where the rains are to the east side. And we got 15 inches of rain all the way into the Florida Panhandle, 10 to 15 inches, 6 to 10 in the orange. And it's just going to sit here. It's going to stall. So 10 to 15 inches of rain, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. That's a lot of rain. So again, inland flooding is a huge part of hurricanes, and just keeping the facts. But a huge part of hurricane deaths are inland flooding. Chart. Let's see, graph. It's the other half of the storms. Just trying to find a good graphic, but this is good. So it's small. I don't know if I could zoom in on it. This is kind of what I was getting at. So this is through 1999, but freshwater flooding, 59% of cyclone deaths in the U.S. Wind 12%, surf 11%, offshore 11%, surge only 1%. So freshwater flooding, big part of storms. So don't get stuck. And again, this is 1970 through 1999. I'm not sure, obviously Katrina numbers aren't in this, but the point is just that, half of that is flooding. So flooding is a big deal. Hey, Whitney. Yeah, Whitney, I'll tell you what, ever since you found our page, Whitney, things have gotten busy, man. So, hey, Raphael, how you doing, man? Too old for stats. So who had spam? Guess we got spam. What's up, Peggy from North Carolina? What chart, Tony? I think I just posted it. The chat's always behind. So I did get an email from somebody from the New Orleans area that apparently most of the pumps are operational. I think I asked if I could share it. I'm waiting. I don't know if it was Homeland Security email, so I didn't want to share it. But it appears that the pumps are in good shape. You know, this is a current look, by the way, weather nerds. But, you know, going back to the atmosphere right now. So a couple things that sparked my interest is this shear map ahead of Sally, extremely favorable for tropical development. So that's, you know, ideal conditions to intensify. The other thing that you can look at is moisture in the air, and we have extremely juicy atmosphere. Right here. We'll just show this one, I guess. It's the amount of moisture in the air. Very, very, here's that other little low pressure system right here. This is the other little yellow spot. And it's inducing a little bit of dry air in between the two. So that's really the only sign of dry air, but this is going to be moving along with that. And so extremely moist. P-watt, we didn't say P-watt yet. P-watt. Oh, there you go, talking about the news. Yeah, I think it was just 2 pumps. I think they had 99 pumps. But precipitable water is extremely juicy right now in the atmosphere. Here's Bay News 9, Mike Clay's site. Brian McClure, there you go, but extremely juicy moisture right now. Very moist. It says it right there. Oh, it doesn't say it. You can't see it. Look at that. There, I had to unzoom it. There's our favorite word, moist.
I don't like either one of those.
Julie hates the word moist. We have a very moist love for each other.
Barf.
Barf. P-watt. Let's see. So there's a lot of speculation. I like to stick to facts. We have high pressure to the north. This thing's going to turn. It's going to slow down. There's very weak steering currents. We haven't had a tropical system this season to do this, to talk about the flooding. I don't think people realize, you know, the power of flooding. Key West, 22 inches plus yesterday. Incredible rain amounts in Key West. So unfortunately, again, Laura, let's check out the current power outages from Laura. Laura was just, it seemed like a couple days ago. Unfortunately, there's 53,000. Hey, look at that. So they're getting back to normal. 53,000 people without power now. So linemen are rocking. Do a few shout outs here, by the way. Speaking of linemen, we have a lot of line workers that are fans of our site. So I like to give them shout outs here and there. So Sparks Energy has been with me forever. Jureta and crew there from Alabama. So big thanks to Sparks. We have Blake and Lodging Solutions. They set up mobile camps. And they had a huge camp set up from Laura. I couldn't believe it. Dozens and dozens and dozens of semi-trucks roll in and they build these little cities, man. It's crazy. What they do, portable, everything, laundry, food, air conditioning. Then, of course, all the power companies that go in afterwards. Tammy sent me a goodie box the other day from I could put my favorite drinks in. So OSR, Tammy Kent's one of our Facebook supporters. She's out there in the field right now. They're the assessors that do all the damage reports. So big props to Tammy. Rotational stacking. Good question. 97. Hey, Grant, there you go. Thanks for posting that. That's right. That was the email I got. So that's good news. But stacking is I don't know if I can. I always show this. This is my comedy for the day. I'm not feeling my normal crazy comedy because we have a serious situation unfolding for somebody. I hate using words like serious too. But unfortunately, we're talking about that. So I always show this guy. This is my favorite picture in the world. All right, so. Oh my God. Okay, so weather. This is how I learn weather, right? This is the atmosphere. And Alexa's talking to me. Did I say Alexis? Alexis, stop. Did I? Oh, I said. What did I say? Stacking? I don't know. But here's the atmosphere in a nutshell. So let's say you got 1,000 millibar. You got 850. Like that. You got 700, let's say. You got 500. And then you got 250 jet stream. So these are all the different layers of the atmosphere. I almost said alphabet. So in order for a storm to really be that one, it's almost like a huge tornado, and you want the spin to line up perfectly, vertically stacked. And when you have vertically stacked systems, they really start spinning. Lower pressure storms, pressure drops, winds increase, and that's it. That's the Fisher Price weather update of the day. So Phil's my advertising guy. He likes to work out our little deals, and so we're going to reach out to Fisher Price. I can do romper room weather updates. But as far as stacking goes, like I said, the 250 millibar, we don't want to see, start to stack, or at least be. You really don't get stacking at the jet stream levels, but this gives you an idea at least what that would mean. And we are showing signs of all the layers starting to spin a little bit. 500. And this no school site has a lot more than just wind. I mean, it's got moisture, relative humidity. This is a good one to show. Humidity is a huge part of storms and formation. This is showing the dry air here between their two systems. But we'll start to see the drops, the hurricane hunters, testing the upper atmosphere, the drop zones. Ashley, I don't know if I did or not. Wobble North, Tom. Yes, I'll take a look. But anyway, moisture in the air is a huge part of storms development. So they check relative humidity a lot, and relative humidity shows moisture in the air. So, dry middle layer, to me, what I've seen anyways, the middle 500 is the core of a system. Middle level atmospheric conditions are huge, especially with relative humidity. So these are things that the hurricane hunters will be checking. So I think it was John. All right, there you go. A little wobble north. Yep. Slow movement. So latest fix still 998. So that's good news. Pressure's not dropping. Every hour that goes by is critical on what it's going to mean for Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, because the slower this thing takes to develop, the less time it has to really rapidly intensify. If it even does rapidly intensify. But these are the things you just have to watch close. Lightning's an indicator. We'll see. This little bubble, that's the wrong storm. Little bubble popping off of Tampa right here. That's the center. So again, it's not the most impressive looking rapidly intensifying hurricane, which is good news. So let's hope that the intensity is wrong, and that's the track. And again, we're going to see effects all the way up here because of the spiraling nature of our system. So it's going to be a nasty day today across Florida, and things are going to start going downhill as it goes north. So, what else is going on as we are in hurricane hangover? Hey, Diana, you're right in the heart of it. Yeah, 11 a.m. we got a new advisory, Sam. Correct. Panhandle, Tara, you got tropical storm warnings. In the Panhandle, coastal, you're going to see squalls starting tonight. Kristen, yeah, we got a high pressure to the north. Showed that a bunch, but there's strong high pressure to the north right now, and that's going to hit the brakes on our system and turn it northwest. Weak steering currents. The high pressure is going to be hanging out above our system. And what that does is it makes our system pretty much stall. And as our high pressure system slides out, kind of like we saw with Laura, it'll go spin around the backside, which would be more here. So, what's seeing? Lots of rain for Myers. Yep. What's up, Elizabeth? Stores in Mississippi getting packed, Jessica. I can believe it. Mississippi's in a tornado or a hurricane warning. That's, everybody always talks about Louisiana, but Mississippi's in a tornado. Hurricane, well, could likely be tornado warnings. So yeah, tons of rain going on. We're starting to get the drizzle here in Oldsmar. So check out this map, by the way. I love this map. You could save your location in case you didn't know it. I haven't figured out how to do it on a mobile phone yet, but when you go to locations over here, you can type in your location, put your zip code in, and then you can save it. Save new map. See, save map, and that make it your default map. And then you can turn off the layers because we have flood on there right now. But here's the current look, spiraling in, skirting coast. Big stuff just offshore. Nothing showing up tornadic yet. That's good news. Things are cooling down, but you could feel the cool in the air last night. It was definitely slow moving system. Definitely cools the. We're going to see more of a chance for nasty stuff with these guys initially in the day because they're getting a little more dry air and a little more daytime heating. So. East Coast is definitely going to feel more stronger stuff. Inland too. Anytime you get these breaks in the daytime heating, things are cooled off by the coast here. As far as strong storms go. But once we get some daytime heating, we'll start to see more of these squalls. Brings nasty weather into south of the center. So definitely, stay alert along the coast throughout the day because we're going to be getting these storms coming in. Kind of a soggy Sunday as this thing popped up out of nowhere. So the history is fascinating. So we had Invest 94, remember? Going into there. Well, it was all part of a front. And this little front the tail of a front broke off and drifted south, and basically got spinning. And we talk about the tails of fronts all the time, and that's what happened right here. And it obviously drifted over. So it had a very unique history so far. Here's a great site, Zoom Earth. I have it linked on the site on the bottom here. Zoom Earth right here. Our newest fun toy, right next to My Flood Risk. Another great site. My Flood Risk, you can see your flood risk. Imagine that. I need to show you more surge maps too, because a lot of people like those. And then they also have another site, My Flood Insurance. Great site. If you want to get instant quotes on flood insurance. Interesting stat I posted this week, 80% of the people that were flooded from Harvey did not have flood insurance. And I have to be honest, we don't either. It's like having a hurricane kit. I mean, you don't think about having a hurricane kit until you need a hurricane kit. Same thing with flood insurance. You don't know if you need flood insurance until you need it. And if you don't got it, you don't have it. Hey, Annette, no. Invest 94 got entrained into a front, and the front spawned the energy that now is Sally. Marie, yeah, I saw that. Mosquitoes killing livestock. I saw that. But anyway, back to Zoom Earth. It's a great tool you can use. Zooming in. You can click storm data. So Tuesday, it's 2 a.m. Expected to be 100 miles an hour. You can turn the satellite off if you want. And look at that. So it's a great tool. Zoom Earth. Showing you current watches and warnings. So we'll see if there's any track change. We'll get a new update at 11 o'clock. And if this thing ticked a little bit to the north, the cone is. I feel like we're talking the same thing we talked about with Laura, because it's so deja vu-ish. But the cone is anywhere the center can go, and so if we have a little track change, we could see a little bit tick to the north come 11 o'clock, maybe. But the cone is wide, and the center can pass anywhere in that area. And as I say, don't focus on center, because you can have effects. So hey, since we got a lot of people too, another site on my site. Check this out. So we have another great thing. So on the bottom here, weather extension. See that? Weather extension. That's what I just clicked on. It's weather for your browser, and they actually link my weather page on there. So it puts your little temperature, 79 degrees, and your local forecast comes out. So it's a cool little live browser weather thing. And he's a big fan of our site, so I have it linked down there. So if you're ever curious about it, try it. I have it in the Google Chrome. A lot of great data for your area that pops up. So, and like I said, he links our page. So that's cool. So anyway, let's go to Twitter and let's see what the latest is, and then I'll sign off. How wide is the storm? Tamarind, right now it's only 50 miles an hour, so it's not even, like I said, it's not really, if it stayed where it was at, it wouldn't be concerning at all, but they're expecting it to. So tropical storm force winds extend 90 miles from center. A buoy just offshore of Venice reported winds of 45 sustained, so pressure hanging, which is good. Hey Tom, Atlantic storms. Well, the good news is Invest 95 turned into Tropical Depression 20, and that is expected to curve north. Long range modeling, we know not to worry about long range modeling this year, but there is another wave coming off Africa that it's kind of showing up to try to come across, but it's not gonna worry about that. Somebody say I don't have what? Yeah, I know I'm bad. I'm a rebel. But I do have a hurricane kit. I did not have a hurricane kit a few years ago. Hey Samantha, thank you.
My first hurricane kit. So what do I need?
Thanks, Joey. You know, a hurricane kit is
Oh, let's see. Barbara, I'd like a good page. What's a good page? Shoot me. We love first responders, Whitney. Yes.
the test. Our own way to
Yeah, Stormy Baker. I know. I need to do it.
along with the American Red Cross and see just how prepared
That's our buddy Dennis. Dennis Phil's a friend of mine.
Created his own weather website
So this is a couple years ago. We had the Red Cross come to the house and
for hurricane season.
do their hurricane.
Online to try to find links to spaghetti model. Knowing his passion for weather, we wanted to
So Wayne Shattuck came to our house. It was pretty cool.
were for the upcoming
Um,
hurricane season. Hello, Mike. Yes, Mike.
There's me and the girls. There's Julie.
Help for this mission. And we brought
There's little Sarah. There's little Emily.
from the Red Cross. And Janet and I had a very
So it was fun. I got the link on there if you want to watch it.
What we will do today is to find out if you folks have a hurricane kit.
Um,
Janet brought her own specially prepared mobile kit from the Red Cross to show the boilers what every family.
So Cynthia, yep. What's up? Nope. I'm just reading comments now. Nothing. Hey Shelly, they were little. Look at that.
First aid kit is always essential. You have enough.
And this is 2020, the year of toilet paper. I didn't know you should have toilet paper in your hurricane kit. That was the most in a portable can opener, pictures of your pets.
And there are other considerations.
So it's a good little video. It's on my page if you want to watch. Stuff I didn't even know about.
Copies of important documents.
All right. All right, well, here we go. So I'm going to do a lot of updating today. I'll be sitting on the computer all day today, I promise. The evolution of Sally is what we're watching. Luckily, pressures are maintaining. Like I said, every hour that goes by is good news if it doesn't intensify because, these things take time, and we're hey, Barbara, cool. Yeah, Dennis is a big fan. I owe a lot to Dennis Phillips. He started using this site, and Paul Delgado's kind of a friend. He's more of we're friends. Yeah, we know each other very well. He supports what I do, which is great. He's a big dog here in Tampa. Mike Clay does too. So it's cool to have the support of local Mets in the area. It's very cool, honestly. Very cool. I walk on very fragile ground reporting weather because I'm not a professional. I'm not a real meteorologist. I'm a weather wannabe. Hey, Sued. I hope I said your name right. Yeah, I will be live today for sure. Hey, thank you, George, for being a supporter. Here's that global prediction map. This is basically just showing what we know. That we're going to still see waves coming across. Whether or not we have any weaknesses, the whole deal with what happened with Invest 95 is this. So 20 used to be Invest 95. It's a big old broad system, by the way. Still huge. This is a little piece that broke off of it. That's going that way. This is going to go that way. But we've had so much disruption in our Atlantic high. Usually the Atlantic high is like this. The year that we only have one system at a time, like Johnny Cash, our storms would do that. But because we've had so much disruption out here in the Atlantic high, there's a lot of weakness, and storms like the weaknesses, and that's why Renee ultimately is helping break down the high, and along with Paulette, and it's going to help steer 20 to the north. Look at that. Hey, it's Blobby Bobby. South Carolina, no worries from this system or Paulette. Brandon, you want to see Frenchies? Oh, man. I don't know where they're at. You got them in the morning. It's the kids' day, so they got them somewhere. But yeah, I'll be on later tonight. Here's all the rain maps catching up. So remember yesterday we were saying the rain maps weren't caught up yet? Here's the latest spaghetti models. We're getting a lot of people in the Panhandle worried, obviously. This thing looks like it's doing that, but it's not. High pressure to the north. But what it is going to do is, as it, let's say it turns a little more north, the impacts are going to be felt more. That's why we have a tropical storm warning all the way into the middle part of the Panhandle, because the east side of the storm has a lot of nasty weather, and that's yet to come. Tornadoes, water spouts, all parts of a developing hurricane. We don't see it right now because the storm's kind of cooled off a little bit. The things are definitely cool. In fact, let's look at the temperature. Let's look at 77 degrees. All right, so I hope it made some sense. Thank you guys for sticking around. I apologize yesterday. I went to Emily's softball games. I feel so guilty when I take a few hours off. It's an obsession. That's why I was reporting live videos from the softball field. Because, but I did have good news though. Check this out. This is a stat from Emily last night. She threw a complete game. It was a 5-inning game, 1 hour time limit game. And they had 5 innings. So that's a pitcher's duel when you go 5 innings in 1 hour. But she threw a shutout, only had 1 hit. I think she only had 1 walk too. I hate walks. No, she had 2 walks, I think. But anyway, she made me proud. As she always does. Hey, Matthew. Matthew sent Shelly a message. Juicy Jerry. Oh, my God. That's so funny. I got a thing with names. So we called Sally Sneaky Sally, and this apparently was a year ago today, September 13th. Look at that. We can read it or not. Not focused very well, but... that was a year ago today. Juicy Jerry has suddenly popped up west of Florida. I don't even remember this. Firing mainly from an upper low over the Gulf, but looking healthy and blobby tonight. Wow, I have not changed in my words, that's for sure. Juicy Jerry. So Juicy Jerry, 1 year ago today. That's crazy. All right, so way to go. All right, thank you guys. But I'll be live tonight for sure. I'll be live tomorrow for sure. Be live tomorrow night for sure. Maybe 3 times tomorrow for sure. Another reason I didn't really worry about going live last night, because things weren't really happening yet. Like, the storm is still 50 miles an hour. It's not developing yet. So that's good news. I mean, you know, I'm kind of on the fence here on, you know, how explosive this can be. So, you know, every update from the Hurricane Center that we're watching here on Tropical Tidbits, it's hanging on 998. So for the time being, at least, you know, it's hanging on. It's not really growing, which is good news. So we'll watch it in real time. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. So tonight, I don't know what time tonight. Susan, nope. I slept good last night. I had a few seltzers. Crazy. I didn't even crack up my Mountain Dew yet. Judith, no, it's good. Hey, no, it's. I'm okay with it. It's still a hobby to me. You know, I just feel like when I'm not sitting in front of the weather for 6 hours, I hate to not know things as they happen. You know, I like to watch things in real time. No, you know what it was too. By the way, it wasn't that. The reason I felt bad was because they named Tropical Depression 20, and I hate not having my website updated. That was my only regret, was not having my laptop, because I didn't really plan on Tropical Depression 20 happening at 5 o'clock. So that's the only thing I was bummed out about. I was about an hour away. I was like, I can go home and get it, but it's all right. Life goes on. I've seen more weather sites having issues this year, being shut down, not working, not updated. So I feel good about that. In fact, I went on Weather Nation today. It's kind of freaked me out, but I'm not even going to show it because I don't want to get into copyright things. So anyway, all right, so let's wait for the 11 o'clock advisory. We'll see what the new track is. We'll have a new track at 11. How can I make an 11 out of that? It's like that game you see online, like make it. So I'm gonna draw an 11. How can I make 11? So here we go. 11 a.m. So 11 a.m. we get a new track, and we'll see what that is. So all right. So we'll be here all day. The website's updated. The app is updated. The app is rocking. I got everything going on the app. A lot of people love the app. It's very simple. Like Geico said, even a caveman can do it. So there's all your weather links updated. It's very simple. You click Sally, and there's all the links that you need. NHC track, you know. Boom. Simple stuff. I got spaghetti models. I got rainfall estimates, surge warnings. So, all right, we'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Watch closely Upper Gulf, and I'll be here every step of the way. Promise. See you.